We begin tonight with breaking news. A deadly crash on the 91 freeway in Anaheim Hills is causing a major backup.
And CBS 2's Nicole Comstock is live with word that street racing may have been involved.
That's what we're hearing, that a caller reported to CHP, and just moments ago a tow truck took a light-colored motorcycle off the freeway here. Just heartbreaking news to report tonight on the eastbound 91, where CHP confirms a motorcycle rider has died in a crash here near Gypsum Canyon Road. Let's take a live look from Sky 2 overhead right now. And the first call started coming into CHP tonight at about 9:15. One of those callers reportedly stated that the person on the motorcycle was traveling at a high rate of speed, estimated at well above the speed limit, when another driver from the right lane reportedly, according to that caller, cut across the lanes in the moments leading up to this crash. Now, CHP tells us that another caller reported street racing was possibly a factor in this crash, but CHP is working to independently confirm that. Now, clearly this is very early on in the investigation, so CHP is out here on scene collecting all of the evidence that they can, and traffic is extremely slow now behind this crash, as the 1 and 2 lanes are still expected to be blocked for a short time here, and likely longer into the night, given that someone lost their life out here tonight. And we'll keep you updated as we get more details. For now, reporting live in Anaheim Hills, Nicole Comstock, CBS 2 News.
And we have more breaking news tonight. People rush out as flames moved in to a West Hollywood apartment. CBS 2's Tom Waite is live. Tom?
And Jeff, tonight I can tell you firefighters are still on the scene here, still trying to make sure that they've got all the hot spots out of this apartment building on North Clark in West Hollywood. As we swing on down to the street, you can see how narrow this street was. It made it a challenge for firefighters to get up here and deal with this. Take a look at some aerial video from Sky 2 as the scene was happening a few hours ago. Here's what we know what happened at this point. The cause is unclear. Firefighters raced here along with sheriff's deputies. Sheriff's deputies actually went inside the building and carried one man out. They basically rescued him because the fire started very quickly and it spread. Luckily, only 2 of the units here were damaged as you take a look at some of the ground video, but we've just spoken to some of the residents in the building that are already looking for other places to live tonight. They're not sure what they're going to do. Of course, the widespread damage, not super severe, but for just a few people, that's a big problem. Here's one guy who described how it all unfolded. He was here when it happened.
And then we look out the window and we're like, oh my gosh, like there's flames. And like we saw kids running, and then like that's when we were like, okay, we need to get out. And then we got out.
Yeah, a very frenzied scene at the beginning of all this. The good thing is nobody was injured. Reporting live in West Hollywood, I'm Tom Waite, CBS 2 News.
Get out of my face! I told you 8 times to get out of my face!
Call the police on you right now.
A confrontation at a Century City apartment complex could be heading to court. Attorneys for contractor Miguel Sanchez say they will ask police to file charges against the woman who threw a cup of coffee on him. Now, in the video, the woman tells the men they can't come into the garage without permission from the owner.
I have the remote key, which is the one from this property. I have also the keys from this.
That's what he was coming for, and then you started making a scene.
He's been here. Get out of my face!
Police were called at the time, but no arrests were made. But the man now wants charges filed.
Police right now searching for 2 men who posed as police officers to rob a driver in El Monte. Investigators tell us the suspects were in a newer model white Toyota Tundra when they tried to get the woman to pull over yesterday. She refused, so they drove in front and blocked her. The 2 got out of the car and then pretended to be cops. One of them pulled a gun and stole her purse. The woman was injured but is expected to be okay.
Hail hit Big Bear this evening as wild weather swept through parts of the Southland. A funnel cloud was spotted in Victorville and lightning. Wrightwood also dealt with stormy weather. Garth Kemp is just minutes away with the areas that could see more thunderstorms tomorrow.
A big crowd gathered tonight outside the Apollo Theater in New York to remember the Queen of Soul. Aretha Franklin passed away this morning. The marquee at the theater is lit up in her honor. Another special tribute in Las Vegas at Fremont Street Experience as people watched a special show on the canopy overhead.
And CBS 2's Chris Holmstrom is live in Hollywood now with a look at how her legacy is being remembered here. Chris?
Pat, Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, call her what you want, but she's taking the spotlight here in Hollywood. I mean, take a look. And what's so cool about this whole experience is that her fans come in all ages.
You better think about what's trying to do.
Through her voice and music, Aretha Franklin moved the world. Over the decades, the Queen of Soul had 73 top 100 hits. Those hits earning her dozens of awards, including 18 Grammys.
She didn't just sing, she sang.
Stephanie Spurl met Franklin in 1972. The two met on the Mac Davis TV show. They would meet again a decade later when they recorded Jump to It.
Being in the studio with Aretha Franklin was amazing. And when she said, Luther said, okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Jump, jump, jump to it.
A powerhouse talent that stood for feminism and freedom.
Just as soon as I see you.
In 1972, Franklin recorded gospel album Amazing Grace. It was at the New Temple Missionary Baptist Church in Watts.
She came to our community in the time where it was unrest and civil unrest, and it was something that was needed.
Franklin was no stranger to Los Angeles. She lived here from the 1970s to the early 80s. She was also a fan of Pink's hot dogs, the iconic spot posting this in her honor. And for people who knew Franklin, this was no secret.
She was eating her hot dogs and her scampi, and Luther said, okay, it's time to put down your track. Stood there flat-foot and sang her heart out.
Franklin would have her last public performance November 2017. A musical legend that will continue to inspire generations to come. Yeah, she was definitely one of the best, and I love this lyric right here that says, forever and ever, you'll stay in my heart. Aretha Franklin was only 76 years old. Reporting live from Hollywood, I'm Chris Holmstrom, CBS 2 News.
And The Late Show with Stephen Colbert has a touching tribute tonight. They're replaying Aretha's 2015 performance from the CBS Kennedy Center Honors. That's right after this newscast.
A dangerous police chase ends with a terrifying crash in Santa Clarita today. A suspected carjacker took off into a mobile home park, and witnesses say he then hid in a shed. But dogs from the sheriff's department were able to track his scent. Deputies tried to get him to surrender for nearly half an hour.
He said, you're going to shoot me, you're going to shoot me. And they were saying, we're not going to shoot you, we're not going to shoot you.
The suspect eventually gave up and police arrested him. The man in the other car was rushed to a hospital. His father says he's in good spirits.
A bizarre and bloody end to a pursuit in Santa Ana. Police say when they approached a 34-year-old parolee, he ran and smashed right through the window of Buccaneer Pizza. Then he staggered out onto the street and collapsed. Two men eating at a nearby Del Taco may have helped save his life by giving towels to officers to use as tourniquets. He's now in critical condition.
Now to an intense interview with Elon Musk. New York Times says he alternated between laughter and tears and had to stop talking at one point because he was so emotional. In the article out tonight, Musk says this past year has been the most painful and difficult of his career. He also addressed the controversy he sparked last week when he suddenly tweeted about turning Tesla into a private company. When the Times asked about his health, he said, quote, it's not been great. Actually, I've had friends come by who are really concerned. He also said, quote, if you have anyone who can do a better job, please let them know. They can have the job. Is there someone who can do the job better? They can have the reins right now.
Well, is this a sign of the times? A sign is taken down all because Pastor Greg Laurie is holding a Bible.
Yeah, what the local faith leader is saying tonight, plus this.
And he's certainly done plenty of racist things.
From L.A. to the White House, how Mayor Eric Garcetti is taking on President Trump and what he says tonight about a bid for the White House.
And health concerns about a new kind of tick, how it might end up in California.
Hey everybody, I'm Garth Kemp. Wow, it was pretty crazy up in some of the mountains today and off to the east. Will it be the same tomorrow? I'll tell you, coming up.